Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to Fred's Fiddle Academy. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of jig bowing, so I hope everyone's feeling nice and bouncy. We're going to be using our wrists a lot in these exercises, so make sure that you've done your warm-ups before you continue with the tutorial. First things first, the rhythm. You probably already know that a jig has 6 quavers to every bar, and they're grouped in threes. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't worry if you can't read music, I am going to be using notation to demonstrate some of the rhythms, but it's not compulsory for this tutorial. Now another way to think of the rhythm of a jig is to say the words rashers and sausages over and over again. I'll show you what I mean. We've got rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages, rashers and sausages. You see you've got that nice lilting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's that lilt that makes a jig sound really authentic and really fly off the page. Now, even though a jig might be written straight, it's always played swung. I'll show you what I mean. Here is a picture of a jig as if it was written down. You see we've got 3 quavers, space, another 3 quavers. Now if I played that as it's written, it would sound a little bit like this. Not very exciting, is it? So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of swing to it. Here's what that would look like if it was notated. You see we've got a dotted quaver, a semi-quaver, and then a long quaver to finish off the triplet. Now the key here is not to think of each triplet as 3 separate bows, but rather one long down bow with a little hiccup, and then a continuation of the down bow, and then vice versa. One long up bow, the little hiccup, and then a continuation of the up bow. Now that little hiccup all comes from the wrists, and that's what I was talking about right at the start. Because if you look what I'm doing now, you can check out another one of my video tutorials to learn better how to use your wrist. I've got some great exercises for getting wrist mobility into your playing. If you're not used to the movement, it can feel a little bit odd at first, so just slow it right down on your metronome to like 50 beats a minute, gradually speed it up from there, like dot by dot by dot. If you don't have a metronome, you can log on to www.metronomeonline.com, and there's one for free right there, and you can adjust it at your own pace. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set my metronome to 70 beats per minute. So once you've worked your way up to that speed, restart this video tutorial, get to this point, and then we can play along together. I'm going to play this jig rhythm on the open A at 70 beats a minute for about half a minute, and you can just play along with me and see how you get on. There we go. If you're finding the wrist movement difficult, try and separate it out from the bow. I'll show you what I mean. Try playing an open A string using nothing but your wrist for the movement. As always, remember to keep a nice straight bow and try and keep the tone as even as you can. When you find that you can do that comfortably, try and work it gradually in to your 3 bows. It's really important that you keep that lilting swing in the jig so that it sounds authentic. Now this is going to be one of those techniques that drives you crazy for a few days until one day it just clicks like that and you can play it perfectly. So don't worry if you don't get it straight away, that's not what this tutorial is designed for. What I'm doing is I'm showing you where you can start on your own, okay? So we're going to go to our metronome, we're going to use the metronome online, or we're going to use a metronome on our phones, or we're going to use an old-fashioned metronome, and we're going to gradually build the speed up using the techniques I've shown you until you can comfortably play that open A, open D, open G, open E, whatever you want in a jig rhythm. Head on over to the next tutorial and we're going to try and put that into practice and play a little tune using that jig rhythm bowing. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Fred. This has been my jig bowing tutorial. Please log on to www.fredsfiddleacademy.com for more video tutorials, sheet music, and to book your lessons with me. If you don't live in the Melbourne area like I do, then you can also book Skype lessons. That's something that I do offer. So send me an email and we can sort something out like that. Thanks again for watching, guys. See you soon.